Thank you, Taj. Thanks for doing that. Welcome, everyone. This is the first graduation. It's not being live streamed that we would have done in the past, but this will be recorded and put on YouTube for other people to watch alongside the videos you have shared. I have really enjoyed learning about each of your project. I had the privilege of watching them all alongside some of our mentors. So today, our goal is to use some of our time to learn about each other's work. You would not be required to give presentation again. Each of you would have about a minute to introduce yourself, what you're doing. And for each of you, we also have some questions or comment to share from the mentors and other reviewers that we would make most time for. I will call upon each of your name as listed on the Frama pad. So I hope you are aware when someone before you is talking. So with that, I also want to welcome all of our mentors who are here. Thank you all for joining. I hope you all had the chance to watch the video. It was very heartwarming to hear each of you talking about your work and also talking about your mentors, both in OLS and your own supervisors. It seems like you all have been working really, really hard. Some of you alongside your existing work. Some of you are actually getting paid for some work that you were doing for free. So some of these stories are very inspiring. I would also definitely give shout out to the work that you're doing with community engagement and societal impact. So I have a lot in my head because I have been able to watch all of your video back to back. So with that, I'm going to stop and just remind again the names. I would add them in the chat just for you to know who's going to be the next person. So please take the time to adjust yourself, be ready to speak about your work. We would have about 1 minute. Introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what project you're doing, and we'll go through each of you and save our time at the end for question and answer for everybody. So Anemily, you are the first person. Are you ready?
I am. I don't have a web camera, but I can speak.
No worries. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Anemily Machina, and my project for the DRA EDIA thing is making community-driven accessible mini courses and workshops to further the uptake of the DRI resources. It's not a very interesting title. I would say I'm one of those people that before going to the Open Seeds Open OLS training, I thought of this project as a thing I was just going to do in 7 months and it would be done. But then after going through this, and having to write a vision statement for it and a mission statement, it sort of transformed into, I think, maybe something that I will continue working on after I'm done. And I wanted to thank all the great people who are like presenting and teaching at OLS, and Joyce, my mentor, was really great.
Thank you so much. And Emily, can you also share what was exactly your project? Sorry, did I?
I'm muted, sorry. It's doing a survey which is stuck in ethics, so that has been a delay in completing my project. But then also creating educational materials focused at like non-AI, non-STEM people to try to get them to use the DRA resources, the Digital Research Alliance resources, and hold workshops to walk them through it.
Thank you so much. I asked that because a lot of you are doing workshop and my brain was trying to connect your work with each other. And I hope you will do that too. Thanks so much, Anemily, for getting us started. Kaitlyn.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kaitlyn Wade, and my project is called Research and AI at Scale. So I'm using AI and high-performance computing with the Digital Research Alliance of Canada infrastructure. So similar to Anemily, my project involved developing training materials and holding workshops. And throughout this, I kind of informed the development of my materials through a survey. So I was able to kind of connect with 91 researchers across 16 different institutions in Canada to kind of inform the development for my training resources. So my work is still kind of a work in progress, but I'll be developing more specific materials for big data and more bioinformatics and the disease modeling side. And yeah, similar to Anemily, I kind of thought that this would be something that I would just do for the allotment, but after going through everything and really having the opportunity to think through my project, I think this is something I'll continue working on even past the duration of the award. Thank you for everyone and for all of the discussions and all of the help. I really enjoyed this program and learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaitlyn. Kelly.
Good morning, can you hear me?
We hear you, yes.
Great. Thank you very much. Hi folks, and good morning. My name is Kelly Davison. I use he, him pronouns. I'm situated on the unceded ancestral and stolen territories of the Kakite Nation, which is colonially known as New Westminster. Grateful to be here. The title of my project is Championing the Use of Digital Research Infrastructure Amongst Nursing Researchers in Canada. Sex, Gender, Digital Health Equity Research Hub, Proof of Concept, and Knowledge Dissemination to National Nursing Associations. The aim of my project was to develop a prototype for a gender, sex, and sexual orientation information practices modernization hub using GitHub, which I've done, and then develop and then hold 3 hub development sessions with the greater community because it is an open project, and during those sessions talk about DRI resources, open science, and start to build an open community. And so that work has sort of started. Like others, my project is hung up in ethics right now, and I hope that it gets through in time because there's lots of work to do after approval happens. And then once I have those sessions and have a focus group and learn some of the best practices from folks, and I suspect there's going to be lots about the digital divide, then I'm going to invite people from all of the different groups that I'm associated with, nursing associations, national ones, provincial ones, also standards development organizations and groups and tables, to some webinars, and then disseminate the information, and hopefully people will learn more about DRI in Canada and use them. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Mohammed, go ahead.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Mohammed. I'm working on a project titled Empowering Equity-Seeking Groups Through Digital Research Infrastructure with Fake News Detection as a case study. So my project is actually for teaching those groups about using digital research infrastructure. And I have specific groups. I already did the most problematic step, which is the outreach step. I finalized this step. I started delivering some workshops, and I am in the process of creating material related to my project and delivering the second part of my workshops. I would like to thank actually the OLS team, my mentor, who was very helpful, and everybody assisted me in this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. Zedias.
Thank you. So my name is Zedias Chikwambi. I'm from the African Institute of Biomedical Sciences and Technology in Zimbabwe. So we worked as a team on the project called Developing a Genetic Information Management, and the output for this was an Open Genes tool, which is meant to curate or annotate genetic variants that we obtain from patients, such that we produce a clinically relevant report, which will then inform the clinicians on how they arrive at a decision for prescription. This stemmed out of the realization that there's such a diverse in the response to drugs, which result in other people either getting adverse drug reactions and others, of course, responding normally. And because of that, we have also realized that the current information or clinical guidelines available, they mostly were developed from Caucasian populations and very little, if any, that were developed from the African people of African ethnicity. And our institution has been working on this for over 20 years now, and they've realized there are some variants that were actually African specific. And for those, this tool allows that room for inclusion of those kind of variants into the genetic information management system, such that we improve the way clinicians within the African or low to medium income countries how that their prescriptions are arrived at, such that they are kind of tailored and improve the management of different conditions. So far, we have managed to make the tool work to the point of producing a clinically relevant report. But what we have not done yet, which is in progress, is to make the tool multi-user such that there is inclusion of the clinician and the patient having access to the report online. That, again, we are working in collaboration with local and also regional partners to improve on the tool. We definitely would want to validate this or kind of benchmark its performance against those that are already in existence, which unfortunately a prescription you would need to prescribe for you to use them. So this tool is meant actually to reduce the costs, which is the reason why we're making it open access. So we would want to benchmark its performance against that. And also increase the number of genes that it looks at is to the few that most of the currently available tools are using.
Thank you, Zedias. I would just ask to keep it short. But yeah, thank you. I definitely would share your video, which has been shared in the.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Adekola.
Right.
We have Adekola. Right, I don't see Adekola, but we'll come back to them. The next person is Lanna.
Hello, everyone. I was working on a project called Bridging the Gap, catalyzing high-quality research with digital tools, services, and infrastructure from the Digital Research Alliance of Canada. The idea of this project was mainly focused on the outreach, on the promoting engagement and promoting awareness. Sorry, not outreach, awareness. It was focused on the awareness part of it, because the main thing that motivated this project was the previous reports from the Digital Alliance of Canada that based probably the funding acquisition for this grant as a whole. They reported that a lot of the vast majority of their user database, they came to know about the resources from their peers. So the vast majority of people started using Digital Alliance resources because their colleagues were using or the supervisors were using. But it seems it's a very closed kind of connection. And so my project was trying to focus on the awareness part of it, because the only way to change the landscape of the user is to really reach out to new users, right? And because it's been proven that they get to know about it from their peers, the idea of this is just to promote very short research talks and very short introductory tutorials. The idea is the person talks, shows something that they did for 10 or 15 minutes, very briefly. It can be a key cool result from their recent research or a published work, and then they will go on a small tutorial of 45 to 50 minutes to talk about one tool or resource that made that possible. And the idea is the audience will watch these, and then they will see some research done and a new resource, and maybe they can, oh, you know what, this would be useful for my research, I can do something like this but to my project. And then they get to know about it and try to reach out for, there are a lot of resources there already. There is extensive training. So this is the idea, to empower these people so they can go on their own and search for a little bit more detailed tutorials on what they need exactly. As a lot of people mentioned in the beginning, I also thought about my project as this 6-7 month long kind of thing. And I also initially conceived it to reach out to Simon Fraser University community only. But now over the course of OLS, I decided to move that to GitHub for posterity and think about leaving that project going on long term, so it can be accessible for other community members, not only from Simon Fraser University. So that the OLS training shaped and changed the project a little bit, and for that I am very grateful.
Thank you so much, Lanna. Serena.
Yeah, thanks, Malvika. Hello, everyone. My name is Surana, and my project is about introducing potential opportunity in applying DRI for research and building professional skills for persons living with visible and invisible disability. Now, I'm in the process of writing a proposal to the Arielle that how they can apply EDIA approach efficiently for researchers and students with disability. And I want to thank you for the OLS management team, and I learned many things during the program, especially about project roadmap, time management, license fight, and GitHub website. Thank you so much for your time and support.
Thank you so much, Serena. Clotilde.
Hello, can I speak in French or?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Ok, bonjour tout le monde, je suis Clotilde Duquet et mon projet portait sur l'orientation, inspiration et médiation des sciences du numérique auprès des femmes qui sont des personnes autochtones, noires et des couleurs. Alors, la médiation, c'est quelque chose que je fais déjà depuis des années, qui consiste en fait à inciter les jeunes femmes qui pensent par exemple que les filières des sciences ou des technologies, de l'ingénierie et des mathématiques ne sont pas accessibles pour elles, à s'intéresser à ces filières-là. Mon programme consistait donc à aller dans des écoles francophones au Manitoba, dans les classes de 8e à 12e année, pour pouvoir donc parler des parcours des femmes qui ont réussi dans les sciences, mais surtout présenter les applications des sciences pour pouvoir inspirer les enfants en disant, peu importe les filières où vous voulez vous orienter, vous avez la possibilité d'être frotté à tout ce qui est sciences du numérique aujourd'hui et vous avez besoin de savoir que c'est possible et que ça existe. Mon parcours avec OLS, c'était vraiment magnifique. Je me souviens le premier jour quand j'ai envoyé un message à Malvika pour dire que j'ai passé un moment formidable parce que la formation était très ludique et c'était l'une des fois où j'ai vraiment fait une formation à distance et j'ai eu l'impression d'être en présentiel. Et donc, j'aimerais remercier OLS d'avoir donné cette opportunité-là pour la formation, mais surtout l'Alliance de recherche du numérique Canada d'avoir financé ce projet. J'aimerais dire merci à mon mentor d'avoir pris son temps pour nous assister dans mon groupe, à savoir Simplice, Alex, qu'on était dans le groupe ensemble, mais surtout, OLS m'a permis en fait de voir que je travaille peut-être depuis des années, mais j'ai encore plein de choses que je peux apprendre et j'aimerais dire merci parce que ça m'a aidé à bien organiser et à mieux structurer ce que j'avais envie de mettre en place. Thank you.
Thank you, Clotilde. I might not have understood everything, but I think that's a very good example for the community engagement work you're doing.
Yeah, but just for the end, I was explaining because I can explain about my project in French because that was really the objective, because that is why I
100%.
chose to speak in French. But at the end, I was explaining that the first day, I remember when we have the first day for the OLS program, I sent you the message to say, oh, that was really the enjoyment for me, because that was the first time that I really take the program online, that I feel like I was in presence, in presential or something like that. That was really want to thank OLS for that, because that we have a vision how to make a best structure for my program and something like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for also sharing that in English. But I completely get also thank you for setting the example for how we can have two multiple languages exist in the same place. All right. I would then call upon Sana, because I don't think François has joined yet. No. So Sana, please go ahead.
Hello everyone, good morning here in Canada and good afternoon in UK, whoever is there. My name is Sana Sharif, and as all of us are here for DRI EDIA champion programs graduation with OLS, my project was more about enhancing AI knowledge in women, racialized persons, and also people who are first generation in graduate schools. So for regarding my project, I have reached up to the mid of it because I have done 3 of the sessions, 2 in a college and 1 with my own peers. With my own peers, it was different, a bit different, because in graduate level things are people know a lot about AI, but they want to know about advanced research computing, which session was provided from DRI. It was really helpful how to reach their resources, how to find them, and it's not an easy process. So it was easy when we delivered the session and we got the pre and post results that of the survey, that if they got something new about it, or they're going to implement, or they're going to reach out to the university resources to connect us to the DRI resources. And yes, and I'm done with my campus, and next step is I'm going to reach out to another nearby campus of my university for these sessions. But everyone know here that reaching out and taking time, taking bookings for the rooms, it's not easy, but I'm trying my best and I hope I will get it. And the third thing is that sharing my resources. I have everything with me, but I'm going to share. I just read the comments on my video, so that's why I'm saying that I'm going to share those resources to the GitHub, all the training resources and presentations, and also pre and post survey results. That's all about this. After graduation, I'm still in second year of PhD, so I have a lot to do in my PhD, what Malvika was asking about. And the third thing is thank you very much, OLS team, Malvika, Taj, and my mentor, Alexandra, who was really good with us and very patient. Most important thing is OLS people are very patient. We are not that much. We are living in a society where they like never ask you, or the things are like, if they need to be done, it needs to be done, but they give us time all the time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, San. Fatima.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fatima. I'm a student in mechanical engineering at the University of Alberta. And my main project for research for the master's is for developing 3D printing systems, tools for construction applications. So from this part, we realize some things that one is that there are a lot of pressure in developing these tools as fast as possible because of the housing crisis, and that there is also a technological gap among people working in civil engineering and construction. So that's where my project came, which is consisting in developing training material specifically tailored for people in construction with maybe considering technological literacy needs, and also that the content is tailored specifically for or for including neurodivergent people. So the project consists in 2 main stages, which is a workshop only given in the university, and a bigger workshop given as part of a conference that is occurring in May. Well, and we are in the development content stage part. So, well, I want to thank you all for the insights and knowledge provided during the OLS program. It was very, very helpful to defining goals, and also to my mentor, Lara Carter, who was very supportive. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. Alexander.
Hello, my name's Alex. I'm a computer science master's student at the University of Ottawa. And my project was improving onboarding accessibility and support for Alliance.Tr. So that's the digital research of Alliance. And one of the biggest barriers to doing like active research very quickly on high performance computing provided by the Alliance is the fact that it takes so long to get started. And oftentimes when people do get started, they do things in a way that's not particularly efficient. So my project is designed to create a more thorough onboarding process compared to having to dig through lots of technical documentation so that people can get up and started working on the research a lot faster. It's designed for non-technical people, and it's accessibility oriented. So it's multimodal. People can go through it at their own pace and ensure that everyone has the opportunity to get up to speed, even if they don't have a colleague with the expertise of how that works. Yeah, and I'd just like to thank my mentor, Joyce Cow, and my supervisor, Paula Branco.
Thank you. Laura Camilo. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry about me. So hello everyone, my name is Laura Camelo. I'm a PhD student at McGill University. My project is called International Women in Advanced Research Computing, or iWomen in ARC. My project aims to create an inclusive environment where international women in genomics or researching in genomics, or in general, using advanced research computing, have equitable access to it here in Canada, using the Digital Research Alliance Canada resources, and also that they are aware of research data management resources that we have here. One key moment from the OLS program, I think it was at the beginning when we were setting up the project, the vision, the mission, the roadmap, because it helped me identify what I needed to complete my project. And same as some other people that I've heard, I really want to continue with this project. And I think this vision, mission, and goals helped me a lot to identify what I want, and like for future grant application that I would need to grant my project. I think that was very needed, and thank you for that. I also would like to express my gratitude to all the calls coordinators, Malika for being there, for all the questions that I had, my mentor Laura Carter, the DRI champions, Megana, who isn't in this call, but she's a DRI champion that I closely collaborated with, and all the other OLS cohort members for listening and being there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ajitesh.
Hi everyone, I'm Ajitesh and I'm an undergraduate student at the Okanagan College. And my project's related to developing a data warehouse for algorithmic trading and stock price prediction using machine learning algorithms and promoting DRI resources. So going forward, I'll be continuing my work on the further iterations for the data warehouse project. We've still got some improvements to do and tests to run. And for promoting DRI resources, I'm also hosting workshops. We've got one planned for starting of February. And yeah, I'll also like to thank everyone who supported me throughout this project, my mentors, my peers, and of course the OLS team. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person is Letícia.
Hi everyone, my name is Letícia. I am a PhD student, PhD candidate at Dalhousie University, which is the ancestral and unceded territories of the Mi'kmaq, Wolastoqey, and Pescataway peoples. And my project is called Evolution for Everyone. And right now we're doing, so this is kind of like a larger organization to make the access of bioinformatics and other data analysis methods in evolutionary biology more democratic and more equitable across, diverse people, especially groups that are systematically underrepresented in science, like women, BIPOC, neurodivergent people, low-income people, first generation, indigenous peoples, and so on. And as many people are doing here, we are doing workshops. So I have one happening at Dalhousie University and another one potentially happening at the University of British Columbia. And the idea is that these workshops will be a first user-friendly introductory session, completely free for students, both undergrad and grad students who are first users of common tools in bioinformatics or evolutionary biology. And yeah, I mean, so far, it's a lot of things that are going on at the same time, but I'm just glad that we got started with this project. And I'm really, really glad for the OLS training because it kind of made me see things that I didn't really know how to do about my project to make it more accessible and more open. So I really, really learned a lot with this training. One thing that I guess I wanted to share with everybody is that we are doing translated versions of these tutorials in as many languages as we can. And I noticed that we have a very diverse cohort of people here. So please, if anybody is interested in collaborating with us for translating the tutorials to any languages that we're accepting everything. Please get in touch with me. I'm going to leave my email on the chat. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Wesley.
Hey y'all, I'm Wesley Sanchez. I'm a PhD student at McMaster in theoretical chemistry. And basically I'm part of an organization that makes algorithms and software for a large swath of the physical sciences. And part of this organization is always teaching people to either become a part of it as new grad students or to just use your resources. Problem with this is we don't focus on people with no experience. It's always with people with prior knowledge. So my project teaches Linux and Python fundamentals to people with no experience. And my project also has a secondary part where it focuses on people in geographically isolated locations. So this Monday, I'm flying up to Alberta for a month, and here I'll help teach a course on Python to engineers, host local workshops, and do engagement to first-gen college students or prospective STEM students. I've never done anything like this, so the whole experience was a lot of fun for me, and I look forward to continuing this project in the future. I'd like to thank the OLS team and mentors for making it fun, the people in my lab, my host, and Northwest Polytechnic, which is where I'll be doing my workshops, and Alliance for their funding.
Thank you, Wes. And Jackie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie Girgis. I'm a PhD candidate at McGill University. My project is an AI co-creation project with 2S LGBTQIA plus people. That's two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, asexual, intersex plus people. The project has 3 parts. I've done the first part and I'm about to deliver the second part. The first part was to meet with a group of people that signed up, talk about what aspects of AI are relevant to 2S LGBTQIA plus people, and then build a training module based on that. And then after that, we're going to develop something together. I don't know what it will be, but I'm excited to see what it will be. I want to thank Calais a lot as my mentor. That was incredibly helpful to chat with you and troubleshoot with you and really refine the project together. And Malvika and everyone else at Open Seeds, it was absolutely an amazing experience. I'm really excited to see where things go, and I'm glad we get to stay in the Slack and see what's going on with Open Seeds. And if anyone is interested in taking part, if you identify as 2S LGBTQIA+, or you know people who are that would be interested in taking part, please reach out. I'll put the email in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to read two more people who are here. Nyasha, who is in the same team as Zedias, working on Open Gyms. She says her name is Nyasha Lorraine Mapira, worked with Zedias and PageNick on Open Gyms on writing the script and proofreading the genetic report, which will be sent to the patient. So you heard from Zedias the project they were talking about around genetics information. Then we have PageNick, who also writes, my name is PageNick Chikondova. I worked on the Open Gyms project with Zedias and Nyasha, developing open library information management system to support clinical utility pharmacogenetic test result. Role was in the project to conceptualize the idea as well as write the script and validate them. Thank you. Finally, I'm going to call Arielle Bennett, who's the mentor for Adekola, who joined but dropped because of internet. I wonder, Arielle, if you're able to quickly just talk about Adekola.
Thank you, Malvika.
Sorry for not giving you warning, Arielle.
That's okay. It's a shame that Adekola couldn't make the rest of the call, but his project was called Enhancing Diversity and Inclusion in Computational Fluid Dynamics, a culturally responsive accessibility initiative. He's done really well in reaching out to groups that are representative of people of color in high performance computing initiatives and encouraging them to use more open source tools such as Linux and other things related to high performance computing. We talked through some challenges that he had in sort of getting the word out and engaging with various different communities. It was a great journey that he went on, and I know he is excited to continue it beyond the initiative as well. So I think he's done a fantastic job. Please do go and look at his presentation for more details and information on how you can get involved as well. I will share that in the chat. Well done, Adekola.
Thank you so much, Arielle. All right, so folks, thank you so much. Practically, you all are graduated. We do have some comments we would like to share with you. I have actually a comment for everyone. I hope in the Framapad you were able to see it. We have about 15 minutes and I don't want to miss out on anybody, but I want to just take this moment, just as Patricia and Laura are starting, please give each other some applause and thank you for being part of this amazing cohort. This was one of the biggest cohort we had, and you all are such big champions for EDI in technology across different areas. You bring so much lived experience. As a group, you are so strong, and we've learned so much working with you. So on behalf of the entire OLS team, thank you for engaging with our work, engaging with Open Science. The way you all explained about your work, how Open Science was part of your project in different ways. We are really grateful to learn about it. Also, some examples like you are applying things in construction or manufacturing or developing tools and technology in ways that we would never have imagined. So thank you for being the champions that we had hoped you would be through involvement in this program, but you already come with a lot of knowledge that we are very grateful that you were able to share with us today, and we hope you continue to engage with us. I know Laura Camillo has to drop, so I'm going to actually begin with a comment for Laura. Yeah, Laura, thank you so much for sharing your work in your presentation. It was so clear to understand the goal, and you really strategically thought about, how do I start with survey, identify gaps, then we prepare something which allows people to gain the skill that they want, and then provide community. I'm interested in knowing how, which stage you are in right now, and what was most challenging in the whole, these 3-stage strategic development of training.
So I'm happy to say that I already got recruited all my mentors, and I gave my first social event yesterday. It was so fun because it was also ethics and bioinformatics with a perspective on indigenous communities. So it was fun, and we had like a lot of people attending, which was great. And for the workshops, I think that's the most that has been the most challenging part. But I'm collaborating with Megana on that, and she has like a huge network of women that prepare workshops too. So that's called Scientista. So we've been collaborating on that, and that's great. Yeah.
Thank you, Laura. Sorry. Thank you so much. And if you have to drop, please do. I want to come back to Memuna because she reminded me that I missed them, sorry. And I had noted them for deferred graduation. But Memuna, you're here. You're not. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Memuna and I'm a master's student at University of Waterloo. So my project is titled Equitable Site, Co-Developing Data Governance Structure with Southern Chiefs Organization, SCO for short, in Manitoba. So the real vision of the project was is still to create an inclusive data governance framework that really ensures equitable access to health data for underserved communities and just like empowering the marginalized population and focusing on their data equity. One of the key highlights of the journey, that ongoing journey, is drafting a preliminary data governance framework for the SCO and the First Nations. So this includes a decision flow diagram that outlines how data shares and like the releasing data to release decisions are made. And because it is a co-developing, there is obviously the feedback session back and forth. So by drafting this, not only I'm like one step closer to the end goal, but also like the process that went into building like the community and like, the repertoire and the communication skill was really amazing. I just want to thank my OpenSeed mentor, Andre Pisa. He was amazing. He really helped me sort out my thoughts as they were going, and then also my fellow student, Gina. And my supervisor, obviously, and the research team at Waterloo, and obviously the SCO Manitoba organization. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have 10 minutes and we have a lot of points and questions to get through, but I would say we can come back to that offline as well because those notes are already in Pramapad. I wanted to open the floor for you to ask any questions for each other that you heard from, or clarify some of the questions that you might have seen on Pramapad. I was too ambitious. I thought we might have more time, but we have 10 minutes. That's a lot. Right. So do we have any questions? All right. If no question, then I have some questions around similar ideas. A lot of you presented your resources, but it was hard for me to find where can I learn more about them, because I found that there were some projects I wanted to hear a bit more about and I couldn't find resources. So maybe I'm realizing that some of you are not comfortable sharing some of your work in progress, but want to do it in the future. So maybe the question for a lot of you are, where can we follow your work and how can we collaborate going forward?
So, Arielle?
Yes,
Zedias. Yes. So for us, we didn't realize we had not changed the license, I think, so it remained private. So definitely we would open that up because we really are hungry for collaborations. So we will open that up in our GitHub so that anyone interested can have access.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you and your team as well are working on some clinical project where some questions were, do you see any advantage of sharing your tools openly to get more people interested in your work?
I think from a commercial point of view, one would say there's no advantage. But from us trying to put this to implement this on a wider scale, definitely you would have several health institutions interested in this, because they already are not able to even have an electronic health record system. So which means a system like this would definitely help them big way.
Thank you so much. I think there were a couple of points as well. Particularly, I thought that a lot of you are doing workshops, and we already heard first from some of you that you're translating. But I was also curious to understand if you would like to merge some of your project where resources are developed together and you can use each other's work. And if you have already considered, I heard that some of you are already collaborating with each other. Can you share some example or ideas for this kind of collaboration in the cohort to happen? Now, for example, Wes, you're teaching Python. Yes, Kelly, I was going to point. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so if there are any other fellows that have put together training resources that are reasonably plain language and intended for the public about DRI in Canada, that they would like to float by an audience. My project was intended to sort of introduce some of the DRI resources and promote them to folks who may or may not be technically savvy in 3 training sessions, successive. And so there might be an opportunity, if you've already done that work, to learn about that and improve it. I might have to adjust ethics, but also maybe not, because I haven't really specified exactly what the training entails. So that's just an idea. I'll put my email in the chat.
Thank you, Kelly. We have 5 more minutes, and I was interested in hearing people who are French speaker who were engaging with our program. Clotilde, we already heard from her, and I think we have Alexis as well from the same team. Would you have any feedback for how could we run a program with multiple languages? Well, of course, I am not a French speaker, but we can definitely think about any ideas you might have to embed in the future cohorts. So I don't know if Clotilde, you're still here.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it was really nice because usually I'm actually in Manitoba, and then you cannot always think we speak French and English, but sometimes when you have a plan to discuss or when you have a group and we say, oh, you can still speak French, you speak French, but you see that there are not many people who are really able to understand French. And then for the program, actually, it was really nice to have the same group with people that we can only speak in French. And then for me, it was not because I cannot speak in English, because I can really explain many things that I done in English, but it was because my program was actually in French. And then I was really want to focus and then have the opportunity with OLS to have the group and to have a mentor that we can only speak in French was really nice.
Thank you, Clotilde. That's really, really great to hear. And thank you for being patient with the limited resource. Right. So folks, as I said, we have a lot of questions and comments on the notes, and I definitely invite you to reach out to each other. Someone is asking if the From Impact will be there, and Patricia is saying yes for 360 days minimum, but we will also be archiving that on our OLS-9 GitHub repo, so you can always reach out to each other. We also will be sharing the video links. The playlist for YouTube is already there in the Slack that I shared and also in the email. we can also put that in the chat. But folks who have not agreed to put it on YouTube, we will maintain that for a few more months in our Google Drive. So you would have a chance to watch them all. It has been a huge pleasure to host you all as part of Open Seats. OLS-9, you are all now in OLS Fellows. Congratulations for your graduation. Thank you for all the hard work you all are doing. You are part of our community and will continue to be. So please use Slack going forward. Reach out to us, reach out to other mentees and mentors. We're very delighted to continue to see your work and learn from it. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much, all the mentors and all the mentees for supporting each other. Right. Have a lovely rest of your day, and we will stop recording. If you want to stick around, you're very welcome to, and we'll see you otherwise on Slack.